One of the best ways to drain people's energy nowadays is via the internet. This woman is an astrophysicist. Actually, this is not how space works. Read a book. Now I just wait for the comments to come in. Hey, can you mansplain any louder? Yeah, sure. These are all different accounts that I have set up. The energy you get this way isn't quite as pure, but if you do enough of it, it'll fill you up. Shanghai sucked. Where was the Chinatown? Jason Mraz is just too weird for me. Jesus actually hates horses. Childhood obesity, LMFO. When they call you a dumbass, you know you've got them. They called me a dumbass. Women are getting too tall. Yeah. You can drain their energy via social media without having to even be near them. That is racist. You're correct. It is. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, they hate me.
It's surprisingly simple to get total strangers completely furious with you.
They should get a life.
If you think that guy is bad, imagine what the government sock puppet fake bot accounts are doing right now. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Gradowski here of wearechange.org, and there is a plethora of absolutely wild and crazy news to get into today, as of course we have some very interesting cultural news, as it looks like the Biden administration and Biden family are dealing with some significant infrastructural problems when it comes to their political base that is in upheaval, especially after all the latest surprising news happening to Hunter Biden and the very surprising poll numbers from RFK Jr. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on, I think this one's on lukeunfiltered.com, one of the exclusive shirts that members get. Also, meet up this Thursday in Los Angeles. If you are a member of lukeunfiltered.com, hope to see you there tomorrow for my birthday. As the video that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was originally shared on TikTok from the Carlson account, and I don't know who made this masterpiece, but it absolutely highlights the importance of understanding that something only has power over you if you allow it to do so. And an important rule on the internet is just because something said something, it doesn't make it true. Especially if there's statists or individuals who want to use force and coercion on you in order to, of course, enact their political philosophies. Again, lots of nonsense, lots of craziness, lots of people out there, especially secret government accounts, trying to foment and manipulate your perception of reality. And we have to understand that what we're seeing online isn't always true, as it's most likely a psyops. As of course, a lot of powerful individuals that previously used to manipulate the corporate media are now doing the same through social media, especially when it comes to the comment section. This as the corporate media, like the New York Times, is still running with absolutely insane headlines like this one that's titled, quote, "Was I right to call the cops on a black man breaking into a car?" Yes. That's the where the thought leaders on the left are at right now, where they are trying to excuse someone breaking into their car. But they're black, right? So it should be okay. Yeah, it's their own kind of form of reparations, right? Delusional, crazy gaslighting and racial division that, of course, is being propagated by the prostitutes of the horse stream media that are either filling your mind with absolute junk or they're calling for a national security style crackdown on Americans who they believe are too patriotic. Yes, you heard that correctly. On MSNBC recently, Paul Reichhoff, an individual who, of course, obeys very stringently and has the Ukraine flag in his Twitter profile, came out and suggested that just like after 9/11, we started a Department of Homeland Security and had a Patriot Act that destroyed our Constitution, that we need to do the same against people who are, quote, too patriotic, specifically Americans on the right. This, as of course, a lot of this unhinged kind of political rhetoric has been isolating a lot of Americans, making them utterly feel sick and tired from even the political system, as it looks like there is a major populist cultural pushback against a lot of the nonsense that the corporate media is trying to shove down our throat. As a new Harvard-Harris poll is now showing that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a higher favorability rating than any other presidential candidate. According to the survey, it is also highlighting how the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, will now defeat the current president, Joe Biden, in a general election, as RFK Jr. has been bringing up some really interesting concepts and ideas to the general public that usually are denied to them through censors, as of course RFK Jr. recently did a town hall with Fox News' Sean Hannity, where he pushed back against the Ukrainian war and blasted health officials for the lockdowns that have created so much human suffering within the last few years. And we definitely don't agree with everything that RFK Jr. says, but when it comes to these discussions, at least finally they are being had. Another very interesting conversation that is getting a lot of attention is podcast that just happened between cultural figure rapper Ice Cube and former #1 news anchor Tucker Carlson, two people from two very different cultural backgrounds that came together and agreed about just how rotten and corrupted the entire system is, especially when it comes to Big Pharma. Now, I have to be careful what I say here on this particular broadcast, on this platform, since of course they are very censorious, and we will continue that conversation, specifically also a conversation about the story of the decade, all after this video on lukeunfiltered.com, as of course there's a lot of other things happening right now that are important to talk about that we cannot talk about here. That discussion, that conversation will all be available for members of lukeunfiltered.com that also get an exclusive access to a podcast about stem cells and a lot of different cultural and health issues that are only available for members right now. Those special reports, you get them right now, as well as a brand new video ready after this one, along with access to a meetup happening tomorrow in Los Angeles, California. We picked an area that's easy to get to. We're going to have a gathering, a meeting. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be cool. It's also my birthday, and what better way to spend it than the people keeping us going and helping us survive and sustain ourselves as an independent media organization. Members get access to this meetup. We had a lot of these meetups all throughout the country, and I'm very excited to see who comes out tomorrow, as of course we're going to have some special guests as well. It's going to be a really fun time, and I'm very excited for this meetup happening tomorrow in Los Angeles, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Feel free to come out early, feel free to come out late, whatever it might be. The address will be sent to you and posted on lukeunfiltered.com the morning of, and also will be available for members of Twitter who are subscribed and are also sustaining this independent media organization. So yeah, lots of exclusive access of value in real life meetups, AMAs, and of course contests, giveaways, all of that available for members of lukeunfiltered.com. See you there right after this broadcast. Signing up, it's quick, it's easy. Just click right here, and I will see you there right now, as of course there still is some important things to talk about in our political circus, as it looks like the president's favorite son is dealing with a very interesting predicament that I think, by and large, probably has something else happening behind the scenes that essentially caused the breaking news that's happening right now, that Hunter Biden and the Justice Department just revised and ripped apart their sweetheart deal of a lifetime plea deal that, of course, gave Hunter Biden a slap on the wrist after clearly violating many federal, local, and state laws. This, as a judge in the case, has strucken down this plea deal, a move that has surprised many Americans, as of course the Bidens usually do get preferential treatment, especially in the justice system, especially with how embedded they are when it comes to many of the top corporate institutions in this country that, of course, they service so well. Now, with this major plea deal just being officially ended by this judge, what are the major ramifications here, especially when it comes to felony charges, additional tax charges, and possible charges that he might be facing, specifically when it comes to dealing with the clear business ties and links he had to China? Well, this is going to be a very interesting story to follow, as of course the corporate media is shocked that this happened as Hunter Biden was meant to enter a guilty plea today at the Delaware court, where he faced 2 tax misdemeanor charges, and then this judge made this major decision and move which has altered his decision. And as of the making of this video, we are hearing reports that Hunter Biden just pled not guilty to the charges and will be fighting them in court. As this is an ongoing developing story here, as more charges are on the table here, leaving a lot of people asking the question, what's really going on here? Did the judge actually make the right decision here? Is there some larger force behind the scenes actually putting political pressure on Joe Biden here, which I think is a possible scenario? I mean, there's also a scenario of a judge saying, hey, enough is enough, especially when it comes to the preferable treatment that the Bidens have been getting. I think that's a likely possibility. But I think also, thinking about the larger kind of conspiracy aspect of this all, I think we also have to engage in speculation here, as this is a very rare occurrence and something completely out of the ordinary that leaves us with many questions. Personally, I think something might be happening here when it comes to Joe Biden's political future, and it could be the fate of Hunter Biden that's being waved in front of him in order to make a move that is more favorable towards the establishment, as of course everyone still believes it is absolutely absurd that Joe Biden is going to be running for the presidency in 2024. There's a lot of backroom deals being made here, and scuttlebutt specifically detailing and talking about how he was supposed to step down and now allegedly he is refusing to do so. Could there be larger extortion efforts now using Hunter Biden in order to force him to step down from the 2024 presidential election? Well, that's one speculative theory out there, as of course the story is still ongoing. The plea deal here is a big development. So is the not guilty plea, as of course this court proceeding will be going on and captivating the American people, as of course this is a story that a lot of people want to pay attention to. Could Hunter Biden see some actual jail time and some actual justice like the majority of Americans who do crime actually face? Is the legal system actually an accurate and fair judicial justice system? Well, I have my speculations, especially after the latest Kevin Spacey decision, which should have a lot of people questioning what in the world is going on here, as of course many of his accusers have passed away. As today, he was just acquitted after facing some very serious charges, and with the legal justice system also giving a slap on the wrist and extremely favorable treatment to a Mr. Epstein, and with a judge also having her husband and child taken out that was working on a specific case with Epstein and a major big banking institution. I would have to say that in my own personal opinion, if I'm speculating here, I think there's a lot more to do with backdoor dealings than the actual justice system being filled with justice. But that's just my perspective. What do you think is happening here? Press number 1 in the comment section if you think the judge is actually making the right decision and actually trying to get some justice here. Press 2 if you think there's some backdoor dealings here. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. I look forward to meeting all of you amazing human beings tomorrow in Los Angeles. I got one more video coming your way on lukeunfiltered.com. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.